Willkommen zu deiner dritten Deutschstunde. Ich bin Dani, deine Deutschlehrerin. In this lesson you're going to learn the German alphabet, so today's goal is that you are able to spell your name. Hallo und moin! Material you need today is, like always, a notebook and a pencil, of course, and a whiteboard if you have one, because when we do the exercise you can write down on the whiteboard and just wipe it out, but of course you can also use paper. Some learning tips: speak after me. Whenever I say a German word or letter, then just say it after me. But today I won't tell you when to pause and to write down things. Now it's up to you, because you might find one letter more difficult than the other one. And watch the video until the end, because in the end you will also get an exercise and then you will have a reward. And the reward is also always something where you can learn something new. So this is very good to just learn as much as you can. And as always, you can download the alphabet on my website or on Patreon. The last lesson you learned how to present yourself, but sometimes the person you are talking to needs to write down your name and you need to spell your name. And that's why the alphabet is so important. So we're going to start with a repetition of the last lesson. Then you get some input. I will tell you how to pronounce the letters and also give you tips how to remember how to pronounce them. And then you will do an exercise, and then in the end you're getting a reward and also an outlook. So I will tell you what you're going to learn in the next lesson. Are you ready? Bist du soweit? Before we start the repetition, you can also have a look at your notebook. So you read the sentence from the last lesson one more time, and you can also have a look at this vocabulary sheet. So pause the video if you think it's necessary for you to read them one more time. Let's start with a repetition. Fangen wir an. Please tell me what your name is, where you're from, and where you live. Ah, dein Name ist Gesundheit. Und du wohnst in Gesundheit. Und du kommst aus Gesundheit. Very good. By the way, you can also say ich lebe in Hamburg. That's also I live in. Some people say that instead, so you might read that or hear that. I would say ich wohne, but yeah, sometimes you hear also ich lebe. Let's start with the alphabet. The first letter is A. Think about being at the doctor and you have to show your throat, so you have to say A. A. And then we have B. So we don't say B, we say B. C. D. E. So you hear they are all similar. B, C, D. And when you pronounce the C, it's more like a TS, C. So it's very sharp, C. The next one is F, G. So this is again like B, C, D, G. It's the same pronunciation. And then we have H. So this is sometimes easy to remember if you're thinking about someone laughing. Ha, 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 ha. So this is the one, ha. And now we have the E. So look at that. You say it's I, but we say it's E. So this is very important that you remember we have the E and E. So they are different from English. The next letter is called J. J. And later when we're at the L, I will give you a hint how you can remember J. Then it's K. So it's like ha, the same pronunciation, car. Maybe you can think of a car, but without the R in the end, car. Now we have the L. So we pronounce the L a little bit different. You have the tongue more in the front of the mouth. L, not like UL where it's in the back, L. So to remember J and L, you can remember the name LJ. I had a student and he was saying, oh, are you telling me that my name just needs 2 letters in German? And I thought, what is he talking about? And then I was writing them on the board because he was saying L and J. Oh yeah, if you say them quickly, it's LJ. So if you remember the name LJ and you wonder one day, oh, what was this letter? How do I pronounce it in German? Just remember the name LJ. And the next one is M and then N. It's not that difficult. So let's repeat. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Sehr gut. Now let's do a short practice with the first letters. Write down the letter D. D. Yeah, that's right. And the next letter you should write down is G. Do you remember? G. Write down the letter H. Did you remember the ha ha ha? And the other letter that is similar? K. And now a difficult one, write down E. Just one little dot, E. We also say E in Germany if there's something that we think it's disgusting. We say E. So maybe you can also remember that, E. And the next letter is O. O. Try to pronounce it like I do, O. The next letter is P. So that's also, again, when you say P, we say P. It's like you say B, we say B. Like all the other letters before. P. Q. Q, the letter pronounces like a German animal. We also say Q. So that's a cow in German. So you pronounce this like the letter Q. R. So this one is a little bit different, so you have to pronounce it R. It's like in the throat. R. S. T. Here we have it again. You say T, we say T. U. So this is very different. U. U. And now we have a German car brand. It's called VW. You might say Volkswagen, but the Germans don't say that. Of course, it's the name and we all know the name, but we always say the shorter form, VW. So if you want to be very German or sound like a German, call the car VW. Try to say that. V. W. X. X. Y. So this one might be difficult, but if you know some Greek or you remember that this is a letter from the Greek alphabet, then you will also remember it. Y. And the last one, Z. Z. And here it's also very sharp, so you have to think about the T like a TS. Z. Z. Try to z. It's also in the front, the tongue in the front. Z. So let's repeat. O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now it's time for some exercise. So get out your whiteboard, listen to my spelling and write down the letters you hear. Write down the letter Y. And now write down the letters VW. The letter Z. Okay, now I will tell you some letters and you have to write down them and it will be a word. So write down the letter W, O, H, N, E. And the word is wohne. So here you hear the pronunciation of the V, wohne. Ich wohne. That's very important. It's a different pronunciation. It's not like the English one. V. And the letter is called V. And here is another word. So write down the letter D, E, U, T, S, C, H. So that's the word Deutsch. And you also hear there we have the E and U, I, U in English. So this is a combination of two letters and we pronounce it Oi, Deutsch. And then you also hear the sh. In English it's SH, but in Germany we write it SCH, SCH, sh. So this is Deutsch. And if you were watching the lesson before, we were talking about the combination of S and T. In English it's st, like stone, but in German it's st. So we say Stein, or the city we had before, Stockholm, Kapstadt. So ST combination is pronounced like SHT, you would say in English, st. Okay, another word. So write down A, U, D, I, Audi. And here we also have two letters that have a combination that you will find in a lot of words. It's A and U, A and U. And this is pronounced Au, Audi. So we say Au. This is also what you hear when you get hurt. So if you just get hurt, you say Au, Au. So maybe you can remember that, Au. And I will spell another word. So write down B, I, E, R. So this is the word beer. So in English it's nearly the same pronunciation, beer. Here we have a combination of two letters, I and E. You say I and E. So you have to be careful with these two letters. So if you have the letter, in German I pronounce it now, I, E, then it means you have a long I, beer. But there's also the combination of E and I and I. But then you pronounce it I. And there's actually a word that's called I. And this is egg in English, I. But you also have these two letters in other words. In the word Türkei, for example, you have it in the end, Turkey in English. But maybe you learned the word when you were doing the second lesson and looking up countries in German. So Türkei, in the end it's an I, E and I. Sometimes when you need to spell your name or your car registration, you would need the special alphabet, Buchstabieralphabet. Oh, by the way, the word Buchstabier, you maybe know the word beer, but it has nothing to do with that one in this context. So Buchstabier is just a spell, the spelling alphabet, we would say, but you say the phonetic alphabet. So here you will see it, and I put also the paper on my website or on Patreon. And this is really good to know or to have if you need to spell your name or your car registration, or whenever it's very important that there's no mistake when you're spelling. So you can use this one, and then you say D wie Dora, A wie Anton, N wie Nordpol, I wie Ida. And then there are 4 more letters that are not in the alphabet. The German alphabet has 26 letters, but we have a few letters, or it's 4 different letters, that are actually a combination of 2 letters. The first one is Ä. So this is actually a combination of A and I. One example is the word Mädchen. Then we have the word Äpfel. There you hear it more, Äpfel. So this is just the plural of Apfel, apple. And then we have the letter Ö. This is a combination of O and I. Ö. It's in the word Österreich, the country, Austria. And the letter Ü. This is a combination of U and E. U und E. Ü. And you will find it in a lot of words. For example, Bücher. That's the plural of Buch, Bücher. And then we have a letter that is a bit complicated for you to draw. That's actually what I saw with my students. They often write a B, but it's not. It's very important that you draw a long line and then it looks like a B, but the line is not touching the long line. So this is important. And it's not at all pronounced like a B or something. It's something very different because it's like two S. So it's pronounced S. And you had it before. Ich heiße. You learned that in the second lesson. Ich heiße. And this one is often used instead of double S when the vowel before is long. So in the word Schloss, castle, it's two S because the vowel is a short one, Schloss. But if you have a long one like Schoß, so you hear the O is a long one, Schoß, Schloss, Schoß. Schoß has the SZ in the end. There are a lot of songs, mostly children's songs, on YouTube that you can find to learn the alphabet. Just write Deutsches Alphabet, German alphabet. Or you write Kinderlied Alphabet. So this is a child's song alphabet. So you can listen to it and learn the alphabet. So I won't sing for you because that would not be nice to listen to. But that helps often to listen to a song to learn the words. Or in this case, the letters. Oh, and that reminds me of the reward. So now you're getting a reward, like always, it's in this bag. Let's see. Oh, it's a car, ein Auto, das Auto. But this one is a special one. You see that? Das Polizeiauto. Oh, die Batterie ist leer. Die Polizei. That reminds me of a song, and I want you to listen to the song. It's called 1, 2, Polizei. You might have heard it before. It's from Modo, and I think it's very popular. A lot of people know that one. But just listen to it, and it will help you to learn the numbers to 10, because that's the next lesson. So here you already have the outlook. Next lesson you're going to learn the numbers from 1 to 100. But you're very good prepared if you listen to the song before, and then you can also write into the comments if you like the song, ich mag das Lied, or not. Ich mag das Lied nicht. Oh, and one tip is the original video is a bit, just watch it if you want to, but if you want to show it some students, or if you are a little bit younger, you should watch the video 1, 2 Polizei, and then there is something with police officers that are dancing. So this is a very good video to watch. It's also funny to see the police officers dancing to the song. So I won't give you the link, of course, because that's my concept. You need to write the words on your own, because then you already learn another new German word. So 1, 2, you can just write the numbers, that's not difficult, but then you have to write Polizei. Please like and subscribe and activate the bell so you get a notification when the next lesson is online. I hope to see you next lesson. Bis zur nächsten Woche. Tschüss!
Du hast es geschafft! Tschüss!